Transforming your life through hypnotherapy has never been easier. With the help of your host, Julie from coachinghypnosis.net, and these power-packed minisodes, you're sure to find yourself engaging in more positive behaviors around both your physical and mental health. Here's your host, Julie.
G'day, it's Julie from coachinghypnosis.net, and you deserve to know how hypnosis can improve your cricket performance. Because people have had enough of being friggin' sensational and getting out for dumber things like an LBW. And I'm not a therapist or psychotherapist, but this is my 10th year as a clinical hypnotherapist in strategic psychotherapy. I currently help my clients online. They change their life without changing out of their pajamas. And while the USA Cricket will be hosting an international tournament in China, Hong Kong in April, here in the Commonwealth, cricket is more than another way to get the Murdochs or the Packers all worked up into telecommunication rivalry. It is more than an opportunity for the Commonwealth to have a crack at beating England, or for India to launch a girl band or another beer, or for anyone to start match fixing. It's more than singing loud anthems about players' girlfriends or their mums. It's more than a way for the police to investigate match fixing. It's more than streakers, drinking, wearing all white, because it's so much more than a game. And I can only imagine someone like you wants to perfect your game of cricket, live up to your full human potential, and you deserve to win in the game of life. And I don't know if you're tired of striking out on the cricket field, or you can't seem to shake off those pre-game jitters, but what I do know is the same hypnotic techniques used to help people quit smoking and overcome phobias can be used to improve your cricket performance. But before you start picturing yourself swinging your bat with the grace of a swan or the power of a lion, let's talk about what hypnosis is and how it works. Hypnosis is a state of deep relaxation where the mind becomes highly focused and open to suggestion. When you're in a hypnotic state, your brain is in a heightened state of suggestibility, which makes it more open to positive affirmations and visualization techniques. In other words, hypnosis can help you program your mind for success on the cricket field. It can help you overcome mental blocks and negative self-talk. If you're constantly telling yourself you're not good enough or that you're going to fail, hypnosis can help you replace those negative thoughts with positive ones. And in a study titled Indirect Hypnosis with Metaphor, published in the American Journal of Clinical Hypnosis, the athlete's perception of self-efficacy and bowling performance during cricket improved. In another study about conditioning through hypnosis, the subjects were trained to cough whenever a cricket touched their arm, and they were referring to the insect called a cricket. Eventually, anything touching that subject's arm would make them cough. You can literally hardwire yourself to do some wonderful things. Cricket is a challenging sport that requires various skills and techniques, making it difficult to find the perfect hypnosis technique for you. Your friends might opt in for one method, but that doesn't mean it will be most suitable or effective for your own individual needs. Joseph Tramontana, author of the brilliant Sports Hypnosis in Practice, Script Strategies and Case Examples, employs a lucrative method when working with soccer players. He encourages them to visualize what their life would be like if a miracle occurred overnight, if all aspects of their game were perfected. This same strategy has also been used by the Swiss air rifle team members in a study known as Feasibility of Hypnosis on Performance in Air Rifle Shooting, proving just how effective it can be. In fact, it reminds me of the laser beam experiment. As you know, light can travel in a straight line or a wave, and at the Australian National University, scientists provided clear evidence to prove that sending an atom along its path through a grate, for example, imagine replacing the top flap of your mail slot at your front door to be a transparent window so you can always peek through, then visualize aiming a laser beam in its general direction. At first, the beam emitted was in a straight line. After adding an extra slot, so 2 mail slots, scientists shot another laser beam and noticed that this time the light traveled in waves instead of a straight line. To validate their results, they reenacted the single slot approach, but this time it traveled as a wave. The author of the experiment, Andrew Truscott, said, "A future event causes the photon to decide its past, and as you envision the future, an amazing amount of potential is opened up to you. But how can you possibly predict what will happen in a game of cricket? Anchoring is a technique used in hypnosis. Cricket is an intricate game, particularly Test cricket. It's just not the same without all of its nuances. There are numerous obstacles like tea breaks, batting and bowling sessions, as well as getting rained off. And cricket players have to battle heat stroke while playing. And hypnosis can influence your skin temperature and core temperature. Actually, I've only read one study about core temperature, so ignore core temperature. Skin temperature is well researched, and hypnosis can influence it by 1 degree Fahrenheit or half a degree Celsius. I recently read an incredible book about Bikram yoga titled Hellbent, where a woman by the name of Dr. Jurgen conducted research in how extreme temperatures affect our bodies. Professor Jurgen is a renowned sweat scientist at the Applied Medicine and Rehabilitation of Indiana State University. She is an expert on understanding complex heat and hydration levels and athletic performance. Her research has seen her take sweat samples from marathon runners as well as perform rectal probes on athletes. She has even consulted firefighters to create cooling helmets that she prayed would never be used because children become grumpy and take a break if they get too hot. But adults wearing cooling helmets might still carry on believing that everything's okay, despite being close to collapse. Heat stroke can be extremely dangerous as it causes the brain to shut down, which can lead to organs rapidly failing. And when exercising in heat, our body is forced to make difficult decisions between its urgent need for cooling and continuing to work out. Your fabulous body solves this problem by redirecting blood away from its core and out towards your skin, allowing it to cool back and flow back in. At the same time, your muscles also require oxygen-rich blood in order to function effectively. Heating up dilates your blood vessels, which is beneficial for tight muscles, but it can be risky when applied all over. Just think of water running through a tap with a thin nozzle or a wide tunnel. It requires more effort for the heart to cover the same distance. Sweating and evaporation are the body's natural methods of cooling down. However, when you exercise in a hot climate, it can be too much for your blood circulation. And if you've ever tried Bikram yoga, well then you know exactly what I mean. It looks like you're not doing much, but due to the intense heat levels, that session can be anything but effortless. But remember, hypnosis can only influence the surface temperature of your skin. It can help you stay more comfortable, but if you need to faint, which is the body's fastest way to get you to lay down and send blood to your brain, it can. Skilled hypnotists have the ability to tap into both your dominant and non-dominant sides of your brain. Hollywood directors often portray psychopath assassins talking or singing to themselves for a reason. Through language, it can give one side of your brain the upper hand over the other, depending if you're singing or speaking. And this can be beneficial for a particular hemisphere to help with vision, either the right visual field or its counterpart. And if you're a cricket enthusiast, my hunch is your goal is to enter that zone without any mental distractions. Whether you're savouring on a cucumber sandwich or ready to grab a ball from the English player Mark Wood on the pitch is critical for success in this lengthy game that you utilise all the available energy at hand. If you were to picture for a moment you heard about a cricket player attempting to deceive an umpire and it fills you with rage, once your limbic system triggers the anger signal, molecules are created that ripple through your body. Your hands immediately receive an influx of blood and adrenaline is released in order to provide a surge of energy so you can act with this anger with vigorous intensity. But once you have successfully achieved a greater sense of serenity by letting go of your molecules of anger, your body can replace them with more beneficial chemicals. Subsequently, any remaining negative elements are eliminated from your system. Through urination, you can literally piss your pants laughing. And when you're feeling happy, it has a positive impact on our brains. It activates parts of our brain responsible for releasing negative feelings and emotions, also providing us with additional energy and calming any anxious thoughts. Happiness offers the body general rest, as well as readiness and enthusiasm for whatever task is at hand, for striving towards your fabulous cricket goals. And what you get up to off the field with your wife, love and touch can help your parasympathetic system heal from any overstimulation of a flight or fight response. Did you know in the 1920s Vittorio Benassi was able to accurately measure emotions like happiness without any need for cognitive or imaginative experience. In an astonishing discovery, he found that each emotion had a distinct respiratory profile. He could tell simply by how someone was feeling, by their breathing pattern. And many people think that feelings come randomly, but you can take control of them and cultivate these states. It won't be easy. It requires knowledge, practice, and dedication, but it's doable with the right skill set. And your heartbeats are a bit like Morse code, sending your brain a multitude of messages. And when you direct your attention on the sensation of joy, gratitude, happiness, compassion, emanating with them, they actually can be detected by measuring your heart rate and rhythm. And when you feel these positive emotions like happiness, 12 biological changes that promote growth and repair can be felt throughout your body. However, if you're surrounded by hurtful emotions or competition, these mechanisms cannot function at their full potential. In fact, science can even measure the heart's magnetic field from as far as 8 to 10 feet away. And when your heart and brain are in harmony, the brain emits a frequency of 0.10 hertz that's been proven to be ideal for optimum performance. And behind your breastbone lies your thymus, a vital organ connected to your heartbeat and rhythm, which produces T cells to protect us from viruses. And what's better is people who practice heart coherence regularly maintain joyful emotions for a prolonged period of time. And one of Dr. Joe Dispenza's clients described an experience that after she had been practicing heart coherence one morning, right when she woke up, a tidal wave of love swept all over her, and so she decided to lay back down and revel in that moment. This spontaneous feeling remained with her for a blissful hour. And I understand cricket is different. Even the heat cameras are subjected to woo-woo marketing tactics. You hear stories of mentalists tapping into cricketers' energy fields, for if people had cast spells on them. And then there's the soul-crushing crowd cheering karaoke-style music, which at times focuses on someone's mum being fat. Don't let those energies overwhelm you. Use what little strength and power remain in your own energy fields instead. And you might not be able to control all that at the game. But whether or not you're on the field or off the field, you have the ability to step up to your full human potential. And whenever you visualize your goals or pleasant thoughts, you are visualizing in the colors of the rainbow. And if you were to play a piano that was infinitely long, eventually the piano wouldn't make sounds, it would make colors. And when you allow your body to sing with your breath, your heart to resonate with your body, with the sound of your breath or even your goals being spoken out loud, it's like an acoustical laser generating the maximum density of electromagnetic singularities per unit action. It's like you are creating a symphony of life. Each color corresponds to a note, and so much more than that. I'm not sure you're aware how connected to the universe you are. If you were to take the cubit radius of orbit of a planet and the square of its orbital period, like the Earth being closest to the Sun or furthest away, the relationship of that space is a semitone, and that seismic shift is like the anomaly point of water or ice, or water to steam. In fact, if you were to sing an octave, even the 7 notes of a scale from C to C, your unconscious mind would shift your vocal register from your first register to your second register at exactly the halfway point. And if you were to stretch yourself and try and sing another octave, it would make the same shift at F sharp. This is exactly the halfway point of the octave C to C, all without you being consciously aware. That's how perfectly in tune you are, in perfect proportion. And if you were to take the time to look at the planets, you would notice there's a sizable shift of huge magnitude from the gaseous smaller planets to the larger ones with many moons and rings. In fact, Venus and Earth are so similar that in Kepler's equation, they almost sing the same note. Venus sings the note C, while the planet Earth shifts from E, F, E, and Jupiter and Saturn sing the same 3 semitones. And as you already know, your visual goals are in perfect tune with the colors of the rainbow, the notes of music. Your voice is perfectly in tune with the solar system. You are in tune with your goals, with the right respiratory profile for this moment. And from your respiratory profile to the planets in space to the galaxy, And maybe that's why you have a twinkle in your eye. In fact, when you're playing a long game like Test cricket, you have so many opportunities available to you to influence what you can at that time. But don't just take my word for it. There have been several studies that have found that hypnosis can improve sports performance. In a study published in the International Journal of Clinical and Experimental Hypnosis, researchers found hypnosis was effective on increasing the accuracy of golfers' putts. In another study published in the Journal of Sport Psychology found that hypnosis was effective in improving the performance of college swimmers. But it's not just the pros that can benefit from hypnotherapy for cricket. A study published in the Journal of Applied Sports Psychology found hypnosis was effective in improving the performance of amateur athletes. So whether you're a seasoned pro or a weekend warrior, hypnosis is here to help you take your cricket performance to the next level. Now, before you go out and hypnotize yourself into a cricket legend, remember hypnosis is not a magic bullet. It's not going to turn you into the next Pat Cummings overnight, but it can help you overcome mental blocks, visualize success, improve focus and concentration, and reduce stress. And when used in conjunction with practice and training, hypnosis can give you that edge you need to succeed on the cricket field. But here is a script called Sort Out All the Clutter in Your Mind. Find a comfortable spot to sit or lie down, close your eyes and relax. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath through your nose, making sure your stomach rises as you inhale. And then I'll ask you to hold your breath for 2 seconds and then breathe out through your mouth. Go ahead and take that deep breath now and hold it. Hold it. And let it go. And continue to breathe normally as you allow your body and mind to relax. Your brain has an amazing ability to sort through and categorize all of the tasks and thoughts. It is faster than any computer out there and can be used to help you get organized. I'd like you to imagine that all of your tasks that you do, items and stray thoughts, are traveling slowly from the right side of your brain to the left side. Imagine that all of your scattered thoughts go from the right side to the left side. They're all processed in the center of your brain. Imagine that your brain sorts out all the information at the speed of light, and as soon as the information passes through the center of the brain, it's neatly packaged and organized and categorized. It then continues to the left side where it's stored efficiently, ready to be retrieved whenever you need it. Imagine all of your thoughts are coming in from the right side of your brain, being processed in the center and on their way to the left side. Continue to imagine this until all of your tasks are processed and stored, and go ahead and take a deep breath in, let it go, and open your eyes. So what if you thought about hypnosis and cricket differently? And what if you didn't? The choice is yours.